guys, I'm doing a video today on why millennials believe that they'll never be able to afford a home in 2025. And this has to do with high interest rate, high home prices, and high insurance rate. As a matter of fact, 96% of them believe they may not be able to buy a home moving forward. 44% are worried that they'll never be able to find an affordable home, right? The median home price in the US right now is $430,000. But most millennials are trying to find a home or can only afford to buy a home under $400,000, right? So how can they purchase this? 52% says home prices are really too high. 48% of them says the interest rates are too high. And 44% of them said we'll never be able to get down payment by ourselves without our parents' help or some help from somebody else, or maybe down payment assistance or something like that. 41% of them say they would buy a home now if interest rates was lower and if home prices were also lower. And 57% of them said they would actually consider a fix-you-upper. Okay, so that's what's going on here right now. 34% said they would buy a home near a cemetery. That's how crazy this is. Like, I don't want to live by the cemetery, do you? But 34% of millennials said they'll buy a home by the cemetery. 26% of them said they'll buy a home near a railroad station if it didn't put them close to their ex. So 26% of them said they'll buy near a railroad station if it didn't put them near to their ex. 60% of them said they would not buy a home near their in-laws. So that means if they were getting a deal, if it was close to their in-laws, they wouldn't want the deal anyway, they would not buy it, right? 74% says if interest rate was to go down, they probably would buy. 76% of them say they would consider to buy a home in 2025 if interest rate significantly dropped, right? So 74% said they would buy one if interest rate was to go down, but 76% say they would buy if it went down significantly low. 67% of millennials regret not buying a home when interest rate was low. So back in 2020, 2021, 2022, when interest rate was low, they said they should have bought at that time. 74% also say that they would probably buy a fixer-upper and fix it, while 25% of them say they would buy a home that was infected with asbestos or pests, because they would be able to treat it and then live in the home, and it would probably be a lower price. That's funny, right? 45% think their generation faces the biggest challenge is when it comes to buying a home. 45% of millennials are saying, hey, this is the biggest home challenge that we've ever had to deal with because we have high home prices, high interest rate, high insurance rate. Well, here, millennials, that's not true, millennials. That is not true. There was a time when interest rate was double digit, guys. Yes, there was. I know you guys don't remember that. But if you ask your parents or your grandparents, they will tell you that. And here's what I want to say about all these percentages. Remember, and I'm getting to the point where I'm aging myself here, because now I'm getting to the point where I'm thinking everything is expensive, right? I'm like, oh my God, when did that become that price, right? I go in Home Depot, and I've always been into flipping houses, fixing houses, all that great stuff. I go in Home Depot and Lowe's now, and I look at some price. I'm like, when did sheetrock get to this price? When did screws get to this price? Oh my God, when did faucets get to this price? You know, like, it's crazy. But remember that real estate will always keep increasing, period. Because if that was not the case, and this is what I have to remind myself, and this is what I told my clients, I'm like, if home prices didn't continue to increase, we would still be able to buy a home for $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 back in our parents or our grandparents' days. But the fact of the matter is, real estate will always increase because real estate is what trends the economy, believe it or not. Real estate is what trends the economy. If people are buying houses, guess what they're going to buy next? They're going to buy cars. They're going to want a new car to go with the house. They're going to buy furniture. They're going to want to fix the house up. They're going to want granite. They're going to want quartz countertop. They're going to want every single thing you could think of. They're going to want to shop in, bigger grocery stores because now they have a bigger home. So real estate trends the market 100%. And millennials, I feel your pain. I get it. The prices are not like back in my days. My prices were probably in the 100,000s in the beginning when I first started out. Then they got to be in the 200,000s. Now they're in the 300,000 and 400,000s. It's a lot of money, right? And guess what? Millennials are blaming believe it or not, this is a good one. Millennials are blaming the baby boomers, for causing this affordable housing crisis. They're blaming the boomers. They're saying, hey, if you guys didn't keep buying stuff and making demand so high that prices go up, we would be able to afford a home. We don't know if that's true. And maybe the generation coming behind you are going to blame you for the home prices now, because the prices are going to continue to trend. And it is true. A lot of millennials may not be able to buy a home unless they have some kind of assistance, whether it be down payment assistance, or their parents or grandparents helping them, or a grant or something, or maybe they have a job where the home will help them to buy a home. The job will help them to buy a home. But millennials do need help. Just like when we were coming up, we needed help to buy. The difference between millennials and our group is that we had to struggle with our down payment, right? So here's what happened. Here's what I found out, man. This is true for me too. This is definitely true for me. Our parents grew us up, and I'm going to age myself here. Our parents grew us up with, hey, you're going to have to go out and fend for yourself. You need to find whatever you want to find by yourself. So we had to figure out how we're going to find a down payment on a home and take care of a family and all this great stuff, right? That's the era we're coming from. But what we did was we spoiled our children. So we spoiled them to believe that, they're entitled. We really did. Because guess what? Our mentality was, oh my God, our parents were so mean and evil to us. I'm not going to do that to my kid. I'm going to give them whatever they want. I'm going to help them as much as I can. But what we end up doing was create a society of entitled people. So now they're thinking, oh, wow, home price is this price. Hey, mom, you got to help me. Dad, you got to help me. Because we didn't raise, a lot of our kids were not raised to go fetch for themselves. Go try to do it for themselves. They expect you, the parent, to do it for them. So now it's like, oh my God, I'm entitled. Why is it raining? Oh my God, make it stop. That's what we created in some of these young people. So they're thinking, hey, home price is $400,000. I can't afford it. They're not thinking, okay, maybe I could do different things to afford it. Maybe I could see what kind of grants are out there for down payment. First-time home buyers assistance. What's out there for me? Guess what? They want their parents to go figure that out. Okay, so the parents are coming with the information. Hey, look what I found. I found this program that will help you with your down payment. And what are they saying? Mom, I thought you were going to help me. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to go fill out paperwork. That's hard. I don't want to do that. This is the reason why the older generation were able to get more assistance. It's not that the assistance isn't out there. And yes, I know some of the assistance have been cut out. But there are more opportunities out there. But a lot of millennials don't want to go seek it. They want either somebody else to hand it to them. Wow. Don't hate me, millennials. This is going somewhere. They don't want to seek it. And this doesn't go for all the millennials, but some of them are. And I know I'm going to get a lot of hate comments on this video. But guys, if you're a millennial and you're looking to buy, and I know home prices are high, and interest rates are high, and insurance rates are high, and you need help. But what I'm going to encourage you to do is to see what is out there that could help you. What are some of the first-time home buyer program in your area, right? Not across the U.S., but in your area. What can you get help with? What about a USDA loan? A USDA loan is where you buy a home in a rural area, and you got to look at the USDA map, but I'm telling you, some of the mapping the area is not that rural at all. It's not as rural as you might think. It's probably maybe a few miles out of a main town. So USDA loans are still a great way to buy a home because it's with no money down. If you're in the Army, you have your VA loan, right? If you're not doing USDA, you're not in the Army, then FHA exists, and FHA allows you to buy a home with as little as 3.5% down. I was talking to a lender last week, and they have a program where you could take a loan out. They have a loan, the 3.5% that you're going to need for your down payment. You could take that out as a loan and pay it back over 10 years. So that means you could buy the home with no money down. Your down payment, 3.5% is being paid. You take that out as a loan, and that would be paid over 10 to 11 years. And then you have the 97.5%, the 96.5% mortgage that you'll be paying on. So as long as you have good credit and you can afford that monthly payment, you could actually buy a home with no money down in a non-USDA area, and you don't have to be VA because they have a program that will give you the down payment assistance as a loan. There are also other programs that will give you the down payment assistance as a grant as long as you live in the home for at least 10 years. Some loans, some grants will say you have to live in the home for 5 years. Some grants will say you gotta live in the home for 10 years. And then there's NACA. What's NACA? NACA is a program designed to help you to buy a home. They help you with your down payment. They help the seller to help you pay down your interest rate. And as long as you live in the home for a certain period of time, you don't have to pay back any loan or grant that you get. So you may want to look at NACA, N-A-C-A, NACA for homeowners. That's a great way of also helping you to buy a home. So there are ways to buy a home. You just got to search for them. And if you have a parent that will help you with your down payment, that's wonderful. Sometimes the down payment assistance may not help because you make too much money. Let's face it, some of these grants, you make too much money, you will never be able to afford it. So maybe a program where they're giving you a loan for the down payment and giving you a loan for the actual mortgage might help if the interest rates are great. And this particular lender that's doing this, you could give us a call or send us a text for this information. This lender that's doing this, they're also helping you to pay down your interest rate as well. So they're helping you with both, right? So guys, I'm going to cut the video because I don't like doing a long video. But if you need any more details as to if you're a millennial and you want to buy a home, and you're trying to figure out how am I going to buy a home with all these stuff against me, give us a call, send us a text to schedule a Zoom call with us, and we'll be able to take you through, based upon the area that you're looking in, how you're going to be able to afford this down payment. The lender I'm talking about right now is in Central Florida, but they bill worldwide, statewide, not worldwide. They bill statewide. So even if you're not in Florida, they might be able to help you as well. Guys, thank you so much for listening. I'll see you on the next video. Remember to like and subscribe to our channel so you might be able to see more videos. But millennials, if you're looking to buy a home and you're thinking, I'll never be able to afford it because interest rates are too high, home prices are too high, insurance rates are too high, we will be able to help you to achieve that goal if you want to do this in 2025. Thank you guys. I'll see you in the next video.